bill. They've also condemned the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code in the state of Uttarakhand. They've said that the JPC on the Waqf has violated democratic values and exceeded its limits on the bill. Is the pitch coming in from the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, which has now threatened a nationwide movement against any tinkering with the Waqf bill. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Payal Mehta on the broadcast. So Payal, even as many of the draft regulations have been adopted by the JPC, despite the dissent notes coming in from many opposition MPs, Muslim groups led by the AIM-PLB not taking this lying down.
Well, the AIM-PLB is not taking this lying down, but one must remember that Muslim Personal Law Board itself had made an appearance before the panel. They were summoned there before the witness, as a witness. They had in fact expressed their reservation as well. But one has to understand that the job of the government is to in fact make the bills and pass the bills and get the bills really out as well. And Parliament is absolutely supreme. So, at one front where the Muslim Personal Law Board is thinking about taking this movement to the people, making it a street movement, at the same time multiple opposition parties also feel defeated. They feel that their voices have not been given any hearing, and they have threatened to in fact move court. A. Raja has been one of the leaders who said he was going to move court. We'll have to just wait and see how this really pans out and how the government is able to handle this issue, given the fact that the report has today just been submitted to the Lok Sabha Speaker. It's going to be put up in the Parliament, sometime next week, when the chairman in fact will be laying the report on the floor, after which it becomes a public document. So whether or not the BJP is able to convince the rest of the country that this is a law which is going to be in favor not just for transparency that it will bring in, but also for the empowerment of women and the empowerment for the Muslim community, which multiple complaints had come to the government saying that people felt cheated, they felt defeated because the properties were taken away in the name of empowering the Muslims, but the Muslims, the poorest of the poor, got nothing at all. Ayushman.
Absolutely. Thank you, Payal, for joining us on the broadcast. Now, many are seeing this as a pressure tactic from the AIM-PLB against several opposition parties to ratchet up their opposition to any tinkering with the Waqf bill, even raising voice against the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code in the state of Uttarakhand. But shifting focus to the showdown in the national capital, where after Arvind Kejriwal's stunning allegation that Haryana is poisoning the water that's entering Delhi. Now, late last night, right at the deadline of 8 p.m, where the Election Commission had sought an explanation from the Aam Aadmi Party convener, Arvind Kejriwal claimed that as per a Delhi Jal Board letter dated January 27th, the ammonia levels inside the water entering Delhi, that is in the month of January, was between 6.5 to 7 parts per million, which he said was toxic. Now, Arvind Kejriwal in his letter listed out a number of health impacts that concentrated ammonia inside water causes to the human body, saying that this shows that Haryana was poisoning the water that was entering Delhi. But the Election Commission hit back at Arvind Kejriwal, saying that this is not evidence that there was a conspiracy to poison the water entering Delhi from Haryana. Arvind Kejriwal now has hit back at the Election Commission. He has taken on Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar, saying that he wants a post-retirement job. That's why he continues to maintain pressure on the Aam Aadmi Party after Arvind Kejriwal's claim that the Haryana government is deliberately trying to poison the water entering Delhi. Now, both Home Minister Amit Shah as well as leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi have hit out at Arvind Kejriwal, accusing him of playing petty and dangerous politics in the national capital. Rahul Gandhi even took on Arvind Kejriwal, saying that while he's living in Sheesh Mahal, the people of Delhi are being forced to drink dirty water. The war was only escalating, and even a legal turn coming into this entire political fight, where a court in Haryana has now summoned Arvind Kejriwal on the 17th of February over the charges that the Haryana government is poisoning the water in the national capital. The court demanding that Arvind Kejriwal explain himself, but the war was only escalating right ahead of the Delhi elections.
ECI राजनीति कर रहा है। क्यों? क्योंकि राजीव कुमार को पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट 28 फरवरी को पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट उनको नौकरी चाहिए। मैं राजीव कुमार जी को कहना चाहता हूं, इतिहास उन्हें माफ नहीं करेगा। जितना कबाड़ा राजीव कुमार जी ने इलेक्शन कमीशन का किया है, मुझे लगता नहीं कि भारत के इतिहास में इलेक्शन कमीशन का इतना कभी कबाड़ा हुआ है। मुझे पता है ये 2 दिन के अंदर मुझे जेल में डालेंगे, डाल दे मुझे जेल के अंदर।
मैं केजरीवाल जी को कहने आया हूं, चुनाव जीतने के लिए झूठ बोलना बंद करो। ये केजरीवाल जी कहते हैं कि भाजपा वालों ने दिल्ली वालों को परेशान करने के लिए हरियाणा से यमुना जी के जल में जहर मिलाया है। अरे केजरीवाल जी, कौन सा जहर मिलाया है, जरा नाम कहिए। कौन सी लेबोरेटरी का टेस्ट है, नाम कहिए। आप कह रहे हैं कि जहर पिया, मिलाया हुआ पानी हमने रोक दिया। अरे जमुना का जल रुकता है तो गांवों में बाढ़ आती है। कोई गांव में दिल्ली वालों बाढ़ आया है क्या? एक केजरीवाल चुनाव में हार को जान गए हैं और इसलिए इतनी हल्की और ओछी राजनीति कर।
5 साल पहले आए और उन्होंने कहा यमुना में मैं जाके नहाऊंगा, यमुना का पानी पीऊंगा। मैं चैलेंज देता हूं केजरीवाल जी, आप दिल्ली के लोगों को गंदा पानी पिलवाते हो, यमुना जी का पानी छोड़ो, यहां जो पानी मिल रहा है उसी को पी के दिखा दो।
And I'm joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh on the broadcast. So Pallavi, the main point of contention is that when the Election Commission sought evidence from Arvind Kejriwal, he just sent out a letter claiming that as per the Delhi Jal Board letter, on the 27th of January, the ammonia levels, the parts per million were 6.5 to 7, which is toxic for consumption. And then he listed out the health impact of consuming water that has concentrated ammonia in it. He was not able to give evidence that there was a concerted conspiracy by the Haryana government to poison the water entering the national capital. And on that point, he's being cornered by both the Congress as well as the BJP. And his counter to that is to directly attack the Chief Election Commissioner. The Aam Aadmi Party clearly finding itself on the back foot when it comes to this entire storm that was sparked by none other than the former Chief Minister.
Well, I mean, there are no takers in the BJP and the Congress party as far as these allegations come in from Arvind Kejriwal. And I would go a step further that even the Election Commission is very cynical about these allegations, because that 2-3-page letter written by the EC is very, very scathing. And in fact, Mr. Batra goes on to ask Mr. Kejriwal that, you hold a responsible position at one point of time, you're a public figure. Does it make sense to make these kind of accusations? Because one, you are needlessly creating panic among the people of the national capital, and two, you are also spoiling interstate relationships as well. And in fact, they round up the letter by asking those 5 big questions to Arvind Kejriwal, to which he has to respond to by 11 a.m., failing which they in any case go ahead and take some action against him, which possibly could mean curtailment of his campaigning, which ends any case on Monday. The questions are very simple. The questions are that which water did you test? Who were the ones who were testing it? How do you know that this particular sample that you're talking about, is there a specific sample? Can you make that sample available to us? Can you make the numbers and contacts or details of that particular engineer also available to us? But the larger question really from those who are watching it also from outside is that you were in power for a good 10 to 11 years. The Delhi Jal Board comes under the Delhi government. Why is it that for these 10 years you never raised this issue? Why is it only when the BJP started putting out videos showing muddy water which are not fit for drinking that you are now come out with this theory, which is something which is absolutely baseless? Why should we be held accountable? Shouldn't you, as a Delhi government, as a former CM, which under whom the Delhi Jal Board comes, be held equally accountable?
Right, and given the anti-incumbency factor in the national capital, Pallavi, how has this storm turned the political narrative? Because to a great extent, a lot of ammunition now in the Congress party's arsenal to take on Arvind Kejriwal. Congress party sensing that it has some resurgence when it comes to its former position in the national capital.
You're absolutely right. There was a view within the Congress that let's opt for the coalition dharma and maryada rather than think about the individual ambitions. But there are some like Ajay Makan and the Punjab leaders particularly who prevailed on Rahul Gandhi that at this attitude of us being too generous towards India bloc means we're getting wiped out from state after state. Can we afford to do that? Which explains the reason why Rahul Gandhi's all-out attack on Arvind Kejriwal.
Right. Thank you, Pallavi, for getting us the latest when it comes to the political dynamics in the wake of this big storm in the national capital right ahead of the Delhi elections. Arvind Kejriwal, now the onus is on him to still prove his allegations against the Haryana government as the Congress party and the BJP continue to rain fire on the Aam Aadmi Party convener. Top Aam Aadmi Party leaders now on the back foot trying to justify the charge that's come in from Arvind Kejriwal. Let's listen into more reactions coming in.
पानी इतनी मात्रा के अंदर हम दे रहे हैं, हरियाणा दे रहा है कि पानी की कमी नहीं है, पीने की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की कमी है, उसको सुधारने की इसकी कमी है। 10 वर्षों में भ्रष्टाचार की तरफ तो ध्यान है कि कहां से कितना कमीशन आ जाए, वो तो ध्यान है इसके, परंतु लोगों को सुविधाएं कैसे मिले उसके तरफ ध्यान है।
देश की जनता जो है मूर्ख नहीं है। 1 लीटर भर के पानी ड्रेन नंबर 6 का जो प्रदूषित जहरीला पानी हरियाणा के इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट का निकल रहा है और सीधा यमुना में जुड़ रहा है। ड्रेन नंबर 6 का पानी जहां जुड़ रहा है वहां पे नायब सैनी जी चले, मैं साथ चलूंगा। 1 लीटर भर के बॉटल में ग्लास में डाल के नायब सिंह सैनी जी को दूंगा, पी ले, दुनिया को दिखा दे।
जिस प्रकार के फंड्स अवेलेबल थे उन फंड्स का यूज नहीं किया गया, अपनी अक्षमता को छुपाने के लिए दुष्प्रचार किया गया और इतने छिछले स्तर के झूठ का प्रयोग किया गया जो शायद भारत पाकिस्तान युद्ध में पाकिस्तान ने भी भारत पे आरोप नहीं लगाए कि हमने उनकी नदियों में जहर मिला दिया है, मगर ये सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक का सबूत मांगने वालों ने देश के अंदर एक प्रदेश और दूसरे प्रदेश के बीच में इस प्रकार का आरोप लगाने का जो काम किया है, मेरे विचार से दिल्ली की जनता के मान सम्मान और स्वाभिमान के ऊपर भी इस बात का पूरा प्रभाव पड़ता है।
अचानक भारतीय जनता पार्टी, आम आदमी पार्टी को आजकल यमुना जी में जो गंदगी जाती है वो याद आने लगी है। कांग्रेस भी याद करती थी, लेकिन हम कामों में याद करते थे। हमने वहाँ साथ सफाई के बड़े बड़े यंत्र लगाने की बात की थी, उसमें ना कोई काम शुरू हुआ, ना उन्होंने उसको पूरा किया। ये सवालों का जवाब क्यों नहीं देते? जो नजफगढ़ नाले से गंदगी जाती थी यमुना जी में, वो इसलिए भी बढ़ गई है क्योंकि हमें खबर आई है कि पिछले कुछ दिनों में इनमें बहुत सी अवैध फैक्ट्रियां भी खुल गई हैं, अवैध निर्माण की चीज़ें भी आ गई हैं और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार की निगरानी में हुई हैं। मैं खुद प्रधानमंत्री जी से कहूँगा और केजरीवाल से पूछूंगा, दोनों से सवाल, पिछले 10 साल में यार यमुना जी की सफाई में किया क्या है जो आप इतनी चिंता कर रहे हो?
And there's another twister in the national capital, ladies and gentlemen, where right outside the Punjab Bhavan, a car with liquor, cash as well as Aam Aadmi Party pamphlets was seized by the Delhi police. The car had a Punjab number plate on it, and this has sparked another war of words in the national capital, with the BJP claiming that the machinery, the state machinery of the Punjab government is being used by the Aam Aadmi Party for campaigning in the national capital. The Aam Aadmi Party has called this a conspiracy, saying that it is very convenient that a car belonging to Punjab was found outside the Punjab Bhavan with all these elements. But more breaking news coming in. Now what we are learning is that Election Commission officials as well as Delhi police officials are at Kapurthala House, which is the Punjab Chief Minister's residence in the national capital. They are saying they are not being allowed entry into Kapurthala House. That is the big piece of news that's coming in. Ever since the seizure of the Punjab plate car with liquor, cash and Aam Aadmi Party pamphlets outside the Punjab Bhavan, the war of words has been escalating between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. But these are the visuals that are coming in from Kapurthala House, with the Delhi police, the Election Commission outside Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Man's residence in the national capital. To get more details on what is transpiring on the ground, I'm joined by my colleague Anshul Singh on the broadcast. Anshul, over to you. Give us the details.
So yes, a team of Election Commission has just reached the residence or the temporary residence out here in the national capital of the Chief Minister of Punjab, Kapurthala House. Remember, Kapurthala House is the house that has been that is used by the Chief Minister and incumbent Chief Ministers when they travel towards the national capital. At this point in time, what sources are telling us that a team of Election Commission have reached over there along with personals of the Delhi police who are just over there to provide them security, to make sure that for whatever purposes that they have reached over there, that could be done in a safe manner, and that is the reason why we are seeing that Delhi police officials are also present over there. Remember, this case has nothing to do specifically with the vehicle that was found yesterday outside the Punjab Bhavan, but over the last few days there have been several complaints that have been given to the Election Commission, both from the Congress and by the BJP, in which they have claimed that the Punjab government machinery is being used out here in the national capital to influence the election in some way or the other, which is a violation of moral code of conduct, and that is the reason why a team of Election Commission has just now reached at Kapurthala House. They will try to figure out as to if there are any objectionable things inside the residence in which Bhagwat Mann is living at this point in time. Remember, this is not the first time that something like this has happened. In every election, we see that the officers of Election Commission actually carry out this kind of checking. Especially amongst the top leaders, we have seen how the helicopter of Devendra Fadnavis was also frisked by the officers of Election Commission, how the helicopter of Rahul Gandhi was also frisked by the officers of Election Commission, just to figure out if at all there is any untoward method that might be used by these political parties to influence the election, because if at all something is being used by the Punjab government out here in the national capital, then that is going to be a violation of code of conduct, and that is the reason why the Election Commission, to verify those facts, has reached the house at which Bhagwat Mann is residing out here in the national capital for the purposes of campaigning for these elections.
Right, and we can see in those visuals on your left side, ladies and gentlemen, how it seems that Election Commission officials are being stopped outside Kapurthala House, that is the Punjab Chief Minister's residence. I'm also joined by Arunima on the broadcast. So Arunima, are we in for some jurisdictional fight between the Election Commission and the Punjab government?
See, the details are sketchy. So all that we can tell you after having spoken to a number of officials across agency is that Delhi police is present outside Kapurthala House. With them are some officials who are being identified as Election Commission officials by those who are in charge of Kapurthala security. EC on its part has completely dismissed the charge made by Aam Aadmi Party that this is a raid by the Election Commission of India. EC officials say that it is not within our mandate, it is not within our purview to carry out searches. However, like Anshul is pointing out, there seems to be presence of some officials who are being identified as connected with Election Commission outside Kapurthala House. So it seems, as far as legalities goes, this is a Delhi police, led search or raid or whatever terminology they ultimately use. So Delhi police is definitely there at Kapurthala House, and there are some officials who are being identified as EC officials, but EC is denying that they have any role to play in this. Why are they there? What exactly are they looking at? This also comes at a time when concerns have been raised about, security vehicles from Punjab reaching Delhi in the garb of providing protection to VIPs, including Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, without informing Delhi police officials, their security establishment. Plus, there is that case of a vehicle being seized with liquor and cash that BJP has made a huge deal about. So exactly what is the reason that this search or raid or the terminology that they want to use is being carried out? We are still waiting for further details. But EC is repeatedly calling us and telling us that this is not a raid that they are carrying out. Delhi police is the concerned agency, and their presence at Kapurthala is being confirmed by the visuals that we have.
Absolutely. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out as more and more details come in. But those are the visuals on your screen. Teams of the Delhi police as well as the Election Commission outside Kapurthala House, the Punjab Chief Minister's residence. This comes amid the charges from both the BJP and the Congress that the state machinery of the Punjab government is being used for election campaigning in the national capital. This is another flashpoint when it comes to the triangular fight between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP, as well as the Congress Party. We will continue to track all the developments coming in. For now, a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
So finally, the Vande Bharat train is in Kashmir, and today, as part of the trial, the train is right now going through this picturesque valley of Kashmir, and my VJ will show you outside these snow-capped mountains, and the sort of mesmerizing view that I'm going to witness on this train journey is unimaginable. It's a trial run of Vande Bharat train, and historic one, given the fact that for the first time J&K, particularly the Kashmir Valley, actually is going to get connected by train to the rest of the country. It was in the 70s for the first time Jammu got connected with the train to the rest of the country. Before that, history has that it used to go to Sialkot, which is in Pakistan. But now, for the first time, the railway has finally got the Vande Bharat train. You will notice here it has been specially designed. These windows are heated, so if there is snowfall, it will ensure that there is no snow that hampers your view. There is heating, there is air conditioning, there is maximum comfort, and there are other small tweakings done by the Indian Railway to ensure that this Vande Bharat train runs smooth in Kashmir. There was an internal train which used to run, which was inaugurated during the UPA time, but then after several years, this project was ongoing, and this is a major and a massive project that is ongoing, which is now just completed actually, and we might hear the inauguration taking place very soon. And it's a very comfortable seating that we notice here, and if you look at around me, it feels like it's going smooth. Must be going 80 plus at the moment at the speed, but it looks very smooth and comfortable ride. Now this train will pass through 38 tunnels, which covers more than 115 plus kilometers of your journey once you start from Katra. But people have been saying that what they actually need is a direct rail between Delhi to Srinagar, and that will actually help tourism, that will actually help people commute, students and people from all walks of the life. But nonetheless, this project is landmark and historic, which will soon be inaugurated, and the country will have for the first time access to Kashmir through the road link, and people would have to actually buy tickets, air tickets during the winter time at a very high cost. But now with the train coming to Kashmir, you will have comfort and luxury to travel outside. But there are issues. People want the train should come to Kashmir directly instead of stopping in Katra, and it should directly come to Kashmir. One has to see that what happens with that. But yes, this project has been massive. There are bridges, including the iconic Chenab Bridge, which has a length of 1315 meters and has an arch span of 467 meters. And this is this is actually 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower, and is a massive engineering work that has been done. You will notice here that this goes through the beautiful valley of Kashmir, and in the months of snow, you will miss riding Vande Bharat if you are not commuting through it. But there are major challenges. This will boost economy, this will boost tourism. But the challenge right now is to make sure that this train comes directly from Delhi to Srinagar and does not make a lot of stops, because it is in Katra that you have to change. But the government wants, including the Chief Minister, and they have written, they possibly communicated the message that
And welcome back to the Nation at 5, ladies and gentlemen. Big breaking news coming in when it comes to the Muda storm. And CNN News 18 has now accessed details of the Enforcement Directorate investigation. Now, as per the details, satellite imagery and the statement of the Commissioner, Coroner Siddaramaiah, and his wife, BM Parvati, is what the ED has argued. The ED maps out an attempt at money laundering process when it comes to the entire Muda scandal. Satellite imagery shows that the land was developed and in possession of the MUDA when it was sold to Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law, is what the ED claims. Satellite images of the layout, especially survey number 464, these are the details accessed by CNN News 18, that was taken on the 20th of February 2003, reveals extensive development work before the sale of the land by J. Devaraju to BM Mallikarjuna Swamy, that's Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law, yet it was sold on August 25th, 2004, is what the ED is pointing out in its allegations against the Chief Minister of Karnataka. I'm joined by my colleague Harish Upadhyay on the broadcast. So Harish, is the ED now laying out the smoking gun that ties Siddaramaiah to the entire Muda scandal?
Absolutely. In fact, three very crucial points being made here. One, they are saying that the satellite imagery taken at three different points in time over a course of roughly 2 years indicates that by the time this land transaction happened, by the time Devaraju sold this parcel of land to Mallikarjun Swamy, the brother-in-law of the Chief Minister, the development work on this parcel of land, the Muda layout there was already ready. The sites were ready, the roads were done, so it was very clear that Muda had possession of this land. Second, the sites, the layout was ready. So where was the question of this being treated as a farmland and this land being sold by Devaraju to Mallikarjuna Swamy? That's the major point that they are making. They are saying the satellite imagery makes it very clear, crystal clear, there is no ambiguity there. Second is the point of the role played by Siddaramaya's then PA. They are saying that it's very clear that he is somebody who was very active in Muda. He had some of the files that even others in Muda did not have. They are questioning how did he get access to it. He was not an official of Muda. They are saying on many instances, in fact, Dinesh Kumar, the back then commissioner of Muda himself has admitted that in fact Siddaramaya's PA was there when some of these transactions took place. They are also hinting at one letter submitted to the Muda where his signature is there. So they are saying that there's a direct link between the transactions that have taken place in Muda and Siddaramaya's PA.
And we're getting more details from Kapurthala House, where the Election Commission's flying surveillance team is currently at the Punjab Chief Minister's residence. Those are the details that we're getting.
हमारी एफएसटी यहाँ पे आई थी, तो उनको अंदर एंटर नहीं करने दिया, तो मैं इनसे रिक्वेस्ट करने आया हूँ कि कृपया हम लोगों को एक एफएसटी को और मैं साथ चले जाते हैं, कैमरामैन जाएगा, हम जाके अंदर इंक्वायरी करके देख के वापस आ जाएंगे। सर किसने किया ये कंप्लेंट? कंप्लेंट देखिए सीविजिल होता है ऐप, सिटीजन कोई भी कर सकते हैं उसमें। ये गवर्नमेंट का सिविजिल कंप्लेंट में है, क्या शिकायत की? मनी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की कंप्लेंट है। कैसे हो रहा है इसका मालूम चलेगा। कपूरथला हाउस से मनी इसकी शिकायत मिली है। अभी मैं देख के फिर आपको फिर बात करूँगा।
सर आपका नाम?
ओपी पांडे।
तो एक्चुअली ओपी पांडे रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर वो
So those are the officials outside Kapurthala House, which is the Chief Minister's residence. The Election Commission's flying surveillance team is outside Bhagwant Man's residence in the national capital. Let's listen in to the reactions coming in from the election officials outside Kapurthala House once more.
अभी जैसे ही अलाउ करेंगे हम लोग अंदर जाके देख लेंगे एक बार। सर क्या परमिशन मिल गई आपको? अभी नहीं मिली है सर।
शिकायत क्या आई थी? शिकायत क्या मिली?
मनी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन।
अच्छा, ये कोई ऐप के माध्यम से मिली थी या कोई फोन कॉल था?
मैम सी विजिल ऐप होता है उसके माध्यम से। सी विजिल।
पहले मैंने बोला तभी आए पांडे जी। मेरे बोलने पे आगे पांडे जी।
Right, but we'll get more details over what is the nature of this entire raid outside Kapurthala House, given the fact that we've got confirmation that the flying surveillance team of the Election Commission is at Kapurthala House. You just heard the election officials saying that they haven't got permission to enter the Chief Minister's residence, but we'll get more details over what is the nature of the searches being carried out by the Election Commission, backed by a team of the Delhi Police. To get more details, Anshul is with us on the broadcast. Anshul, over to you.
So yes, the official statement has come in from the Delhi police. In fact, they have said that the police that has seized over there is based on the complaint of the by the resident officer, and a flying surveillance team has seized over there. Police presence is on the requisition and requirement for safety of the surveillance team. So this is the official statement that has now come in from the Delhi police. Initially, what sources were telling us from the Kapurthala House that a few people have identified themselves as officers of the Election Commission. That has now officially been denied both by the Election Commission and by the Delhi Police as well. Delhi Police has released an official statement in which they have said that it is being done on the complaint by the resident officer, and a squad has reached over there. The presence is on the requisition and requirement for safety of the FST. So the official statement has come in, which actually means that there is not much trouble for Bhagwant Mann at this point in time. But yes, the Aam Aadmi Party was quick to rake up this issue, and in fact we saw that the Chief Minister herself, Atishu, had come on record and had posted this tweet where she had claimed that Election Commission is actually carrying out this raid at the residence of Bhagwant Mann. So yes, the official statement has come in. It remains to be seen in which direction will this entire investigation go forward. But yes, this is a big movement that has happened. Just a few minutes ago, the team has reached over there, and they still haven't been allowed to go inside the residence of the Chief Minister of Punjab.
Absolutely. And Delhi Chief Minister Atishi has now tweeted on this entire matter. She has said Delhi police has reached to raid Bhagwant Manji's home in the national capital. BJP people are distributing money, shoes, sheets in broad daylight. That is not visible. Instead, they go to raid the residence of an elected chief minister. People of Delhi will give their answer on the 5th of February, is the reaction coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. Anshul, but any more details emerging? What is the reason that the Election Commission flying surveillance team is outside Kapurthala House? Now, what we've heard earlier is that there is no link to the seizure of the Punjab number plate car outside Punjab Bhavan, where cash, liquor, as well as Aam Aadmi Party pamphlets were found. Any idea on what complaint, on the basis of which complaint, are the Election Commission flying surveillance teams at Kapurthala House along with the Delhi police?
Well, yes, this is a routine procedure that is carried out by the Election Commission. Remember, we have seen a similar sort of action being taken by the Election Commission in the previous elections as well, where the helicopter of Devendra Fadnavis and the luggage of Devendra Fadnavis was checked by the Election Commission while he was out there campaigning in the Maharashtra election. This time around as well, basically the Election Commission is trying to carry out this standard operating procedure this time around as well, since Bhagwant Mann is not a resident of Delhi, is not fighting the elections in Delhi, and hence he has come in all the way from Punjab just to campaign. So as a regular procedure, the flying surveillance team is the team of the Election Commission that goes and carries out these checks, and hence the flying team has now been given the security of Delhi police, and that is the reason why we are seeing that a few personnel of the Delhi police are present over there with just the intention to provide security to them. But yes, this flying squad of the Election Commission has reached over there. They still haven't been allowed to get inside.
We're getting more details about this entire development outside the Chief Minister's house. We've got a statement of the returning officer, O.P. Pandey. He has said, we have got a complaint about money distribution. Arunima is also joining us on the broadcast. He has said, we've got a complaint about money distribution. We have to dispose of the complaint in 100 minutes, is what O.P. Pandey is saying. Our flying surveillance team had come here, which was not allowed to enter. I have come here to request them to let us enter along with the camera person. The complaint of money distribution was received on the Vigil app, is what the returning officer has put out that statement, where he's clarifying that there was a complaint on the Vigil app on the basis of which the teams have arrived. The flying surveillance team has arrived at the Chief Minister's residence in the national capital. Arunima is also with us on the broadcast. So Arunima, the returning officer making it very clear that based on that complaint is why they are requesting a search of the Kapurthala house.
Yes, and they're also saying that they're requesting them to be allowed inside along with the camera person, so that there is no allegation later of any planting of evidence or, not following the laid down protocol. But, what they are also claiming is that this flying surveillance team, along with the Delhi police officials, are not being allowed access inside the Kapurthala house. Kapurthala house has its own security detail, and those security personnel deployed are not allowing the FSP team and the Delhi police team because the Punjab Chief Minister is residing at Kapurthala House while he is visiting Delhi. The complaint that was received was on the C-Vigil app. And this complaint, and I think Union Minister Ravneet Singh Bittu, who's also from Punjab, he'd also made this complaint, allegations that vehicles moving in and out of Kapurthala House were ferrying in liquor and cash. So there was, a number of complaints that were being forwarded to the Election Commission. O.P. Pandey saying that this specific complaint on which they acted upon was received on their C-Vigil app, and because the protocol says that they have to dispose it off within the first 3 hours, 100 minutes is the time limit, therefore they reached Kapurthala House. So far they've not managed to get access, but they're waiting.
Right, so the returning officer making it very clear that this is a procedural action by the Election Commission after the complaint that was received on the C-Vigil app, saying that they have to dispose of the complaint within 100 minutes. But clearly, the Election Commission and the Delhi police team outside the Punjab Chief Minister's residence, sparking another war of words between the three parties, the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP, as well as the Congress. The Aam Aadmi Party accusing the BJP of strong-arm tactics to discredit the Aam Aadmi Party campaign in the national capital and target Bhagwant Mann, who's also campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. We will continue to track all the developments coming in as the developments continue when it comes to the presence of the Delhi police team as well as the Election Commission outside Kapurthala House in the national capital. For now, quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
So finally, the Vande Bharat train is in Kashmir, and today, as part of the trial, the train is right now going through this picturesque valley of Kashmir. And my VJ will show you outside these snow-capped mountains, and the sort of mesmerizing view that I'm going to witness on this train journey is unimaginable. It's a trial run of Vande Bharat train, and historic one, given the fact that for the first time, J&K, particularly the Kashmir Valley, actually is going to get connected by train to the rest of the country. It was in the 70s for the first time Jammu got connected with the train to the rest of the country. Before that, history has that it used to go to Sialkot, which is in Pakistan. But now, for the first time, the railway has finally got the Vande Bharat train. You will notice here it has been specially designed. These windows are heated, so if there is snowfall, it will ensure that there is no snow that hampers your view. There is heating, there is air conditioning, there is maximum comfort, and there are other small tweakings done by the Indian Railway to ensure that this Vande Bharat train runs smooth in Kashmir. There was an internal train which used to run, which was inaugurated during the UPA time, but then after several years, this project was ongoing, and this is a major and a massive project that is ongoing, which is now just completed actually, and we might hear the inauguration taking place very soon. And it's a very comfortable seating that we notice here, and if you look at around me, it feels like it's going smooth. Must be going 80 plus at the moment at the speed, but it looks very smooth and comfortable ride. Now this train will pass through 38 tunnels, which covers more than 115 plus kilometers of your journey once you start from Katra. But people have been saying that what they actually need is a direct rail between Delhi to Srinagar, and that will actually help tourism, that will actually help people commute, students and people from all walks of the life. But nonetheless, this project is landmark and historic, which will soon be inaugurated, and the country will have for the first time access to Kashmir through the road link, and people would have to actually buy air tickets during the winter time at a very high cost. But now with the train coming to Kashmir, you will have comfort and luxury to travel outside. But there are issues. People want the train should come to Kashmir directly instead of stopping in Katra, and it should directly come to Kashmir. One has to see that what happens with that. But yes, this project has been massive. There are bridges, including the iconic Chenab Bridge, which has a length of 1315 meters and has an arch span of 467 meters. And this is this is actually 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower, and is a massive engineering work that has been done. You will notice here that this goes through the beautiful valley of Kashmir, and in the months of snow, you will miss riding Vande Bharat if you are not commuting through it. But there are major challenges. This will boost economy, this will boost tourism, but the challenge right.
Welcome back to the Nation at 5, and shifting focus back to the MUDA scam that continues to jolt the Karnataka government led by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Now, as per the details accessed by CNN News 18 of the Enforcement Directorate investigation, what we are learning is that satellite imagery and the statement of the Commissioner nails Siddaramaiah. This is as per the ED and his wife BM Parvati, is what the ED has argued as per the evidence that has been accessed by CNN News 18. The ED ED maps out attempt at money laundering process in the Muda scam. Satellite imagery shows that the land was developed and in possession of Muda when it was sold to Siddaramaia's brother-in-law, is what the ED alleges. I'm joined by my colleague Harish Upadhyay on the broadcast to get more details. Harish, over to you.
Well, three crucial points that the ED is making in this particular document. The ED is saying that the satellite imagery shows that by the time this land was sold by landowner Devaraju to Mallikarjun Swamy, the brother-in-law of the Chief Minister, it was a developed layout. The Muda was in possession of this particular parcel of land, and roads and sites were developed. So that transaction itself is illegal. That's the argument that's being made. The second and the most important point is the confession of the then Muda commissioner. They are saying, Natesh is saying that Dinesh Kumar, the PA of Siddaramaiah, was actively involved in many of these transactions. He was representing Parvati. In fact, there are a couple of letters where he has signed those letters on behalf of Parvati without having any sort of a legal backing to it. And he was also in possession of certain Muda documents that high-level officials ideally have, but without having any position in Muda, he had access to them. The third point is that they are saying that the then Muda commissioner had handpicked sites that were supposed to be given as compensation to the Chief Minister's wife, despite 300-odd sites being available in Devanuru. The Muda went ahead giving sites in a much developed area, Vijayanagar area of Mysuru. And the most crucial point that ED is saying today is that there was a very clear attempt at money laundering that had taken place. They in fact map out the whole sequence of events, and they are saying that there was this attempt that had taken place, but when the investigation started, these sites were returned, but the attempt was very clearly there. They are also saying that this is a pattern that has been seen in several other transactions that have taken place in Muda, and they've gone ahead attaching those properties now. So some very crucial points being made against the Chief Minister and his wife in this whole land transaction. Now it has to be seen if the court believes that this is enough for ED to be allowed to go ahead with the investigation. Also, remember, there is a decision that the High Court has to make in terms of giving this case to the CBI.
Right. And Harish, just to get to brass tacks, at the end of the day, the main point of contention is the fact that these particular sites, as per the ED, were developed using public funds and then transferred to the private ownership of Siddaramaia's family. That is the main point of contention where the ED is alleging corruption. At the same time, the use of the Chief Minister's own PA to carry out these transactions is the other angle that the ED is trying to nail Siddaramaiah on.
Absolutely. There are 2 points that the ED has to make very clear in this investigation. One, misuse of office. ED is trying to do that by saying that the Chief Minister's PA himself was very clearly involved in these transactions and had, in a way, wielded power within Muda without holding any position. That's the first point they're trying to say, that that's how the Chief Minister was using his power, his clout, as a leader of opposition for a certain duration and as a Chief Minister. The second one that they are trying to explain here, or rather trying to prove here, is money laundering. The fact that there was a land which was in possession of Muda that was illegally through a sale deed given to the brother-in-law of the Chief Minister when Muda had possession and developed sites over it, and then later on to approach Muda seeking compensatory sites for it in a layout which was much more developed in a posh locality of Mysuru. That's a clear way of gaining from this transaction, illegal gain from this transaction, and that was the attempt at money laundering. That's what they are saying. They are saying going further, a similar pattern has been used in several other transactions where those compensatory sites were then given to real estate developers and huge gains were made, and ED somewhere hinting that that could have been a modus operandi here as well before the scam became public and the sites had to be returned to Muda.
Right. Thank you, Harish, for getting us that big piece of breaking news. So more questions need to be answered by not just Siddaramaiah, but even the Congress party, which has called the entire Muda investigation a vendetta politics by the BJP. But shifting focus back to the national capital, where drama continues outside Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Man's residence in Kapurthala. Now remember, the election official, the returning officer at outside Kapurthala has said that this entire search that has been ordered by the Election Commission as well as backed by the Delhi police is being conducted given the complaint that was received on the C-Vigil app of money distribution involving the state machinery of the Punjab government, and to carry out a search, the returning officer and the Election Commission team as well as the Delhi police is outside Kapurthala House in the national capital. But the war of words only escalating between the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party, where the Aam Aadmi Party has accused the BJP of strong arm tactics in trying to target the Punjab Chief Minister. But let's listen into what the Election Commission has to say on this drama that's escalating outside the Chief Minister's residence.
ये गवर्नमेंट का कंप्लेंट में है, क्या शिकायत की गई? मनी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की कंप्लेंट है सर। पैसे हो रहा है, इसका मालूम चलेगा। कपूरथला हाउस से मनी इसकी शिकायत मिली है जी सर। अभी मैं देख के फिर आपको बता दूंगा।
So the Election Commission making it very clear there was a money distribution complaint on the C-Vigil app saying that they are mandated to resolve the complaint within 100 minutes. That's why, backed by the Delhi police, they are outside Kapurthala House in the national capital. My colleague Anshul is reporting from outside the Punjab Chief Minister's residence to get us the latest on the escalating drama. Anshul, over to you.
So yes, the team of Delhi police is still waiting patiently outside the Kapurthala House. The visuals that you are seeing on your screens are right outside from the main gate of Kapurthala House, where the details have now been made clear that this is a team that belongs to the Election Commission. The flying surveillance team of the Election Commission has reached over here. They actually want to go inside the residence and carry out this entire exercise or this entire procedure in which, if at all a complaint is received by the Election Commission from the C-Vigil app, then they have to resolve that complaint in the next 100 minutes. It has been more than that, but they have still haven't been allowed inside the residence where Bhagwat Mann was staying for the past few days. At this point in time, what sources from the Kapurthala House are telling us that since the Chief Minister is not inside the residence, he is busy campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party out here, and that is the reason why, without the presence of the Chief Minister, the local security detail of the Chief Minister will not allow the Delhi police and the FST or the flying surveillance team of the Election Commission to go inside the residence and carry out any sort of checking. You can see over here that they are still waiting over here. The RO, the resident officer, is still waiting patiently for the security detail of Bhagwat Mann to actually allow them to go inside the residence. They have taken the support of Delhi police just for the purpose of providing them security at this point in time, because this is a procedure. Whenever a team of the FST goes anywhere, they take the help of the Delhi police or the local police over there so that they could be given that protection. If at all any untoward incident happens, then they could be provided that security, and that is the reason why the Delhi police team has accompanied the FST or the flying surveillance team of the Election Commission, who has reached over here. They still haven't been able to go inside. They have to resolve this complaint in 100 minutes is what the law says. But since the Chief Minister, Bhagwat Mann, is not inside the residence, his security detail is not allowing the FST and the Delhi police to get anywhere inside the residence of Bhagwat Mann. So it remains to be seen when will Bhagwat Mann come over here, and eventually, if at all, he will give that requisite permission to the FST to carry out these searches that they want to go ahead. Remember the allegations that had come in. These allegations were actually very, very serious in nature. In fact, on the C-Vigil app, the allegation that had come out, it was said that there are bundles of notes that could be inside the residence of Bhagwat Mann, and there have been vehicles that have been travelling to and fro from this very gate, carrying illicit material or illegal material to be used in the election. So this was the allegation. This allegation was supposed to be looked at within 100 minutes. It has been more than that. The Delhi police team and the FST, the flying surveillance team of the Election Commission, is present over here. They still haven't been allowed to go inside. It remains to be seen when will the permission be granted. But at this point in time, if I could show you again out here at Kapurthala House, which houses the Punjab CM whenever he is over here on his official visit, the gates are locked. The security personnel are not allowing anyone to go inside. The residing officer is still very much present over here. Along with that, the other members of the Election Commission, FST, that had gathered over here, they are also very much present over here, waiting for that requisite permission to come in from the Chief Minister house. Basically, until and unless the Chief Minister informs his security that these people could be allowed to get inside, till then they will not be allowed to go inside. So yes, this to and fro is likely to continue over the next few hours until and unless Bhagwat Mann accepts the fact that that this checking could be allowed inside the residence of the Chief Minister. But since that permission has not been granted, Bhagwat Mann is still campaigning for the Aam Aadmi Party out here in the national capital. He is not inside the residence, and that is the reason why the team, along with the team of Delhi Police, is still present outside the gates of Kapurthala House, waiting patiently for that permission to be granted so that they could carry on with their procedures.
Right. Thank you, Anshul, for getting us the latest. Anshul Singh reporting from outside Kapurthala House. Now, the latest update coming in is that Bhagwant Mann is not at his residence. He's currently campaigning, and the security officials inside Kapurthala House have said that only when he returns can they allow the Election Commission team inside to carry out any searches, or only the Chief Minister can give them permission to carry out any searches after the complaint on the Sea Vigil app claiming money distribution involving the Punjab government state machinery in the Delhi elections. This has already sparked a war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. The Aam Aadmi Party has said that the Election Commission is trying to intimidate the Punjab Chief Minister. We will continue to track all the developments coming in on that front. For now, a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
So finally, the Vande Bharat train is in Kashmir, and today, as part of the trial, the train is right now going through this picturesque valley of Kashmir, and my VJ will show you outside these snow-capped mountains, and the sort of mesmerizing view that I'm going to witness on this train journey is unimaginable. It's a trial run of Vande Bharat train, and historic one, given the fact that for the first time, J&K, particularly the Kashmir Valley, actually is going to get connected by train to the rest of the country. It was in the 70s for the first time Jammu got connected with the train to the rest of the country. Before that, history has that it used to go to Sialkot, which is in Pakistan. But now, for the first time, the railway has finally got the Vande Bharat train. You will notice here it has been specially designed. These windows are heated, so if there is snowfall, it will ensure that there is no snow that hampers your view. There is heating, there is air conditioning, there is maximum comfort, and there are other small tweakings done by the Indian Railway to ensure that this Vande Bharat train runs smooth in Kashmir. There was an internal train which used to run, which was inaugurated during the UPA time, but then after several years, this project was ongoing, and this is a major and a massive project that is ongoing, which is now just completed actually, and we might hear the inauguration taking place very soon. And it's a very comfortable seating that we notice here, and if you look at around me, it feels like it's going smooth. Must be going 80 plus at the moment at the speed, but it looks very smooth and comfortable ride. Now this train will pass through 38 tunnels, which covers more than 115 plus kilometers of your journey once you start from Katra. But people have been saying that what they actually need is a direct rail between Delhi to Srinagar, and that will actually help tourism, that will actually help people commute, students and people from all walks of the life. But nonetheless, this project is landmark and historic, which will soon be inaugurated, and the country will have for the first time access to Kashmir through the road link, and people would have to actually buy air tickets during the winter time at a very high cost. But now with the train coming to Kashmir, you will have comfort and luxury to travel outside. But there are issues. People want the train should come to Kashmir directly instead of stopping.
Welcome back to The Nation at 5, and big breaking news coming in. This is what top intelligence sources have told CNN News 18 when it comes to charges from Justin Trudeau that India was involved in the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Also, Justin Trudeau has accused the Indian government of interference in Canada's internal affairs. Now, what we are learning is that as per top intelligence sources, the intelligence community says that Canada's Interference Commission report is false and fabricated, is the pitch coming in from top intelligence sources. Now what they're saying is that all allegations are baseless against India coming in from the Trudeau government. Instead of laying out the charges, they should comply with the dossiers we have given over the period of time. Now remember, the Indian government has given around 30 dossiers to the Canadian authorities, claiming that several Khalistani terrorists who have carried out acts of terror in India are based inside Canada, pointing not just to the Kanishk bombing, but even to the Mohali police station attack, is the pitch coming in from top intelligence sources, countering Justin Trudeau's allegations of interference by the Indian state inside Canada. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. Siddhant, over to you. Strong counters coming in from the Indian intelligence community against Justin Trudeau.
Well, absolutely. In fact, Ayushman, this is the day after Ministry of External Affairs also condemned the Commission's report. So this Commission was set up by Justin Trudeau after massive criticism of Chinese involvement in the election, perhaps Chinese foreign interference in the elections, and Justin Trudeau literally sat on that intelligence. But after the pressure, he ordered this Foreign Intelligence Committee Commission. And in fact, now this commission has come up with a report blaming India. Now, Ministry of External Affairs also has to say that it's time for Canada to introspect, and perhaps the same is what Manoj Gupta is reporting. There have been more than 30 dossiers that India has given to Canada. Time and again, India has apprised Canada of the people with criminal background, antecedents, going to Canada, perhaps operating freely on the Canadian soil against India, but not once the action have been taken against those individuals. Also, Kanishka bombing to Mohali attack, all done by Khalistani groups sitting in Canada. Long list and no cooperation from Canada in the name of freedom of expression. Letter regulatory, Interpol notices, all pending, and not an inch has been moved.
Absolutely. The diplomatic standoff continuing between the two nations. Thank you, Siddhant, for decoding that for us. We're going to take a quick break now. More news and updates on the other side.
Brought to you by.
So finally, the Vande Bharat train is in Kashmir, and today, as part of the trial, the train is right now going through this picturesque valley of Kashmir, and my VJ will show you outside these snow-capped mountains, and the sort of mesmerizing view that I'm going to witness on this train journey is unimaginable. It's a trial run of Vande Bharat train, and historic one, given the fact that for the first time, J&K, particularly the Kashmir Valley, actually is going to get connected by train to the rest of the country. It was in the 70s for the first time Jammu got connected with the train to the rest of the country. Before that, history has that it used to go to Sialkot, which is in Pakistan. But now, for the first time, the railway has finally got the Vande Bharat train. You will notice here it has been specially designed. These windows are heated, so if there is snowfall, it will ensure that there is no snow that hampers your view. There is heating, there is air conditioning, there is maximum comfort, and there are other small tweakings done by the Indian Railway to ensure that this Vande Bharat train runs smooth in Kashmir. There was an internal train which used to run, which was inaugurated during the UPA time, but then after several years, this project was ongoing, and this is a major and a massive project that is ongoing, which is now just completed actually, and we might hear the inauguration taking place very soon. And it's a very comfortable seating that we notice here, and if you look at around me, it feels like it's going smooth. Must be going 80 plus at the moment at the speed, but it looks very smooth and comfortable ride. Now this train will pass through 38 tunnels, which covers more than 115 plus kilometers of your journey once you start from Katra. But people have been saying that what they actually need is a direct rail between Delhi to Srinagar, and that will actually help tourism, that will actually help people commute, students and people from all walks of the life. But nonetheless, this project is landmark and historic, which will soon be inaugurated, and the country will have for the first time access to Kashmir through the road link, and people would have to actually buy tickets, air tickets during the winter time at a very high cost. But now with the train coming to Kashmir, you will have comfort and luxury to travel outside. But there are issues. People want the train should come to Kashmir directly instead of stopping in Katra, and it should directly come to Kashmir. One has to see that what happens with that. But yes, this project has been massive. There are bridges, including the iconic Chenab Bridge, which has a length of 1315 meters and has an arch span of 467 meters. And this is this is actually 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower, and is a massive engineering work that has been done. You will notice here that this goes through the beautiful valley of Kashmir, and in the months of snow you will miss riding Vande Bharat if you are not commuting through it. But there are major challenges. This will boost economy, this will boost tourism, but the challenge right now is to make sure that this train comes directly from Delhi.
Lam Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. I'm Prithween Valyan. You're watching Plain Speak with me, and we're coming to you live from CNN News 18 Primetime Studio, presented by Green Lamb Laminates. Well, let's first talk about the big story that we're tracking from the national capital. Viewers, what started as an allegation of release of poisonous water from Haryana to Delhi has snowballed to personal potshots being taken against the Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar. Remember that the Election Commission sought a detailed response on allegations levelled by Arvind Kejriwal yesterday, and the 8 p.m. was the deadline set by the poll body. Now, after Kejriwal's statement to the Election Commission, another notice has been issued by the Commission seeking clearer explanation on the poisoned Yamuna comment. Arvind Kejriwal, in response during a press conference earlier today, made some scathing remarks against the CEC. He said no one has ruined democracy in the country as much as he has, and accused the CEC of destroying the credibility of Election Commission in search of what he called a post-retirement job. So yes, the AAP Supremo and Election Commission are sparring over the remarks that were made by Kejriwal in the first place, the allegations of mixing poison in Yamuna. Let's break down the two versions so far. Arvind Kejriwal, in his reply, accused the BJP-led Haryana government of deliberately contaminating the Yamuna river, and that's how, viewers, it all began. The Election Commission took note of the same, asked Arvind Kejriwal to provide evidence to support the allegations. The poll body, in fact, sought a detailed explanation regarding the kind of poison allegedly mixed into Yamuna and the source of these claims made by Arvind Kejriwal. So that's the first big contention. Arvind Kejriwal further alleged, and this was the reply, the first reply he gave, he alleged that industrial waste is being mixed into the water supply meant for people of Delhi. In response, the Election Commission has sought concrete evidence to back the claims. In fact, EC is also asked what supporting evidence does Kejriwal have to level these sensational allegations. Now, in the 14-page reply to the poll panel submitted, Arvind Kejriwal also stated that such toxic water, if consumed by the people, would lead to grave health hazards and fatalities as well. The Election Commission to that sought evidence to substantiate the claims, once again asking for details on the type and quantity of contaminants found in Yamuna as is being alleged. Arvind Kejriwal further claimed that the cause of Yamuna river contamination has been identified. In response, the Election Commission sought clarification regarding the allegations and asked specifically for evidence on the type and the nature of contaminants. The AAP Supremo also said that the ammonia level in Yamuna water is significantly above permissible limits, as confirmed by the letter from the Delhi Jal Board. The Election Commission, in the 2-page response to Kejriwal's reply, said his response was entirely silent on the poisoning charge and no factual and legal matrix with evidence has been provided so far to support these statements. So yes, we've seen a full-blown war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party taking personal potshots at the Chief Election Commissioner. But that's not all, viewers. Just a short while ago, a flying surveillance team of the Election Commission along with the poll body's returning officer also reached Kapurthala House in Punjab, the official residence in Delhi, I beg your pardon, the official residence of Chief Minister